Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are doing a day in the life. If you are new here, I am Becca, a single mom to 3 boys. And today we are doing a day in the life and we're gonna go thrifting and then go to the outlets. The boys are at school. I wanna get some new jeans because I don't have a lot and it really isn't even getting chilly here yet. I probably don't need it, but I really just want to go and see. I haven't thrifted in a while, and so I'm gonna go see what they have, see what's going on at my favorite thrift store, my thrift clothing store. But yeah, if you're new, I hope you choose to hit that subscribe button. I do motherhood, lifestyle, decorating content, so I'm not gonna talk for too long. So let's just go shopping. I just got done in Plato's Closet. I got 3 pairs of jeans. I was gonna get some t-shirts too, but they literally had none. They only had like sweaters and long sleeve shirts and like over things, whatever. That's all they had, which I was kind of surprised just because we live in South Carolina. It's hot. It's still, I mean, it's still like 80 degrees out today. So I was kind of surprised. I'm not ready to buy like long sleeve or anything like that. So didn't even look at that stuff. But I did find 3 pairs of jeans I really liked. I think 1 pair is like PacSun, 1 pair is American Eagle. I ended up spending $58 for all 3 pairs. That includes tax and everything, which honestly, yeah, I remember the days when I would come in here and these same jeans would be like maybe $10, but now they're $20 because of inflation and everything. But still, like, I could maybe get a pair of American Eagle jeans for $20 on a clearance rack, but we all know that's hard to find. Sometimes I'll like look on their website and get jeans off of their website during like big sales or like shorts or tees or whatever. That's how they can make it, like how you can make it more affordable for yourself. I usually never pay like full price, but I'm not gonna have enough time to go to the outlets because it's running too close on time to pick up the boys. So I am gonna run to Target since Target is right over here, and I need some melatonin because I finished mine this week. I know melatonin isn't super great for you to take, but I don't take it every day. I only take it when I really need it, because even though melatonin, like, it's not good to take on a regular basis, I don't take it on a regular basis for 1. For 2, I need to get sleep. It'll be worse if I don't get sleep. So on nights where like I know I can't sleep, and unfortunately I had a lot of nights like that this week where I was just struggling to fall asleep. So I was taking it, I took it probably like 2 or 3 times this whole week, which usually I take it maybe once a week. So, but I need to go pick some more up because I don't have any more. And I'll probably just look at the list and see what else I need. But yeah, so let's go to Target and pick up the few odds and ends that we need. I just got done in Target. I'm going to show you guys really quick what I got, because once I get home, it's gonna be like a bum rush to go get the boys, and then it's Friday, so we have like ice cream and stuff like that, and it's probably gonna be crazy rest of the night. I will take you along for the journey, but I probably won't be stopping and talking too much. So this lady is watching me in her car right now, probably wondering why I am filming myself. But you know, it is what it is. I got melatonin, because like I said, I needed melatonin. And then I saw that they had some cheese, I forget, what are these called? Snack bars. I like to have these because I eat them with like Ritz crackers or wheat thins or something. I love when they come packaged like that, because I'm too lazy to cut the cheese myself. I need quick and like easy and like convenient, otherwise I won't eat it. I also saw this pepperoni pizza flavor dip and it got the best of me, so I went ahead and grabbed that. I've never seen it before. Once again, I'll use this with the crackers. And then I saw in the dollar section, I don't even know, these were $1. I bought 2 of these for the boys for Halloween, because the baskets they have now are super cute, right? I bought them a few years ago. They're a little pricey and they're really cute. Downside though is that they're super small. So like last year they were completely overflowing by the time we got done. So these ones are a little bit bigger and they're cheap, so we'll just go ahead and use these this year. And then I also got some more yogurt pouches for the boys for school snacks. These ones I like the most because they have real fruits and veggies in them, so kind of just helps pick up where, you know, their diet leaves off, because let's be honest, like they don't eat the healthiest because they're, you know, young and they don't want to. But yeah, that's everything that I got. And now I'm gonna run and grab a coffee. I'm gonna run and grab a coffee, and then we're gonna run and go pick up the boys. Go home, grab a coffee, go home, grab the golf cart, go pick up all the boys, and then we'll probably go. There's a few different places. I'll pop in and let you know what we're doing. But we got a few different places we're going tonight. I have some fun stuff that I'm gonna talk with you about a little later. So let's go and get this coffee. We are finally back at the house. I feel like that took 1 year and 10 days. That took forever. But we're finally here. I'll do it in a second, baby, okay?
Are you done?
I'm about to make dinner. I think I'm gonna make some BLTs and some waffle sweet potato fries that I bought the other day. I'm gonna make those.
Those are my favorite.
Those are your favorite?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make those, and then I'm going to eat and then probably clean up. I have to bring these guys to Chris, and whenever he's ready. He is still at work and still doing stuff, so it's gonna be a little while before I can bring them, but I'm waiting to hear back from him. So I'm gonna just get started on dinner and get that going and hopefully eat, and then, you know, if he's done by time we're done eating, then I'll just bring the kids over there. And I am tired. It has been a super long week. It's been a really long week. I'm exhausted. I am gonna keep things very simple tonight and relax.
Mom,
and so
right there.
Once I get the kids, there is something there. Once I get the kids dropped off to Chris, I think I'm gonna come home, take a shower, and literally probably lay in bed for the rest of the night. Maybe like get on my computer and do some editing and stuff, but just take it easy because I am beyond exhausted. I will probably pass out really early tonight, so just trying to get through the rest of the night. Right now I'm in survival mode, like just one thing, like it's like get one thing done and then do the next. One thing done, then do the next, which is pretty much survival mode. So we're just surviving right now. Okay, it is much later now. I got the kids off to Chris's house, and then I had to take just a little bit of time and kind of decompress and give myself just some time to myself, because it was a rough night. And I'm gonna be 100% like transparent, honest, and vulnerable with you, just because I know that a lot of you either A, have, you know, been through this before, being parents, being single parents yourself, or, you know, just being a parent in general. It's so hard. Sometimes it's just so hard. Both boys tonight, you know, just were having challenging nights, and I felt like, I mean, I was just bouncing back and forth, really, like trying to regulate them, which can be really, really hard to regulate everybody else and regulate yourself at the same time. And I didn't lose my patience with them. I'm usually pretty good with like stepping back and taking a deep breath, but sometimes I feel like I'm not as emotionally available to them in those moments. Like, I'm not losing my patience and screaming and yelling or anything like that. I'm able to like collect myself, take a deep breath or whatever, but I always feel guilty afterwards, because I feel like in that moment I'm addressing myself when they emotionally might need me. And instead of being emotionally available for them, I have to regulate myself so that I don't like lose my patience and scream and yell and, you know, all of that stuff. It's hard. You know, I had a very traumatic childhood, and if you know anything about healing and trauma and stuff, like, you know, generational traumas, then, you know, and generational cycles and everything like that, you know, when you didn't grow up in a household where you were taught how to regulate yourself and your emotions, as an adult, I have to teach myself now. And I've come a very long way. Don't get me wrong. I've come a very long way, but I think I always feel mom guilt and like almost neglect whenever I'm not able to be there for them emotionally, because I have to step back from the situation and collect myself, right? And I know obviously like it causes less trauma if I stay calm the whole time, and I'm able to do that by stepping back and collecting myself, right? So I step back, I collect myself, and I know that that's the better of the situation, right? Like, I know walking away from that, like, yeah, they were upset and everything, and I wasn't able to be present in that moment with them and kind of calm them down, and instead I had to walk away. But I think no matter what, because these are the things that I think through my head right now, right? Like, yes, I didn't yell. I didn't lose my patience. But then I feel like, do they feel ignored? Do they feel like they were neglected in that moment? You know what I mean? Like, no matter what, you're going to instill trauma on your kids. It's going to happen no matter what. Like, I don't think anybody could avoid it. It's just a matter of like, I just want them to be sound people who walk into adulthood and know how to validate their own emotions and discuss emotions and, you know, be level-headed in that way, right? Because I wasn't granted that, and I would love to be able to give them that, because I feel like having to learn that as an adult is hard. But it was just a rough night. It's always rough for me whenever both of them are kind of having meltdowns. It's always rough for me because it's hard when one child's having a meltdown, but then when you have two close in age and both of them are going at it at the same time, ooh, it's really, really hard and testing. So then of course, like, I dropped them off and I felt super guilty, and I'm not gonna see them all weekend, and it's just like this vicious cycle. You just have to keep reminding yourself, like, you're a good mom. You did the best you could. Like, you're human. You have emotions too, and you have to validate your emotions and be understanding and everything. And I think another big important part of it is stepping back and like discussing these things with your children to show them how human you are, and so that they know in their weak moments like that, like, they can validate themselves. So I can be like, oh, mommy needed a minute. And I do say that, like, even in the moment, I'm like, mommy needs a minute. We need to not talk for a minute. I'm going to step away. I'll be right back. You know, this is how I'm feeling. You know, this is what mommy needs right now, right? I tell them that because, you know, I don't want them to just kind of try and guess on their own, like, what's happening or why. And I want them to be verbal about how they're feeling in the moment, and if they need a minute, and if they, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think it's beneficial just to talk it through with them, obviously in like kid terms. And another thing too, if you have little kids, something that I have found throughout, you know, the past few years with my 2 youngest is when they're really upset, sometimes they just need some type of nurturing or like holding, touching, whatever. So the first thing I usually ask them when they're like really upset and like having a meltdown, or like feel like, I guess when the moments where I can feel that they feel like they're not being heard and they're not being understood, I usually will try to validate their feelings as best as I can. Well, obviously, you know, like if they want to play video games on a Wednesday or something, we don't do video games during the week. So like, I'm not going to give in to that, but I will I'll explain to them why they can't do that. And then I'll ask them, would you like a hug? Because physical touch is a way to kind of decompress like those emotions. And like, I forget what the exact term is, but physical touch can help with like getting over that, you know? So I usually will ask them, and every time I ask Tristan, he always says yes. Grayson is a little different. Grayson does like his space. Sometimes he's like me. Sometimes he's like, I don't want to be touched right now. But I will ask him, and if he says no, then I won't. And if I'll say, if you need a hug, you know, anytime, just let me know. But sometimes it literally solves the problem. Like I'll be like, oh, okay, do you need a hug? And I'll hug them and they'll cry in my arms for like a couple minutes, and then they'll be over. It literally kind of like, it's amazing. It fixes things sometimes. It really does. The other thing too that I had to learn through like my trauma responses is when my kids are really upset, like when they're crying and they're frustrated and they're, you know, just upset in general, like I want to fix it. I want to fix it. I can't help it. Like that's just it. That's just how I am. Which I found out through therapy that that's a trigger from my own like upbringing, my childhood. And so I have learned, like, you have to learn to be okay with that. It's not your responsibility to fix everything for your kids. They need to learn those emotions and ride through it, kind of thing. Like, yes, you can hug them and you can try to ease their pain, but not in a way to where you're giving in to them or you're solving it for them, right? They have to also learn how to self-soothe. So that was something that I also learned through therapy too. That was really, really hard. It's still hard. I still have to like, sometimes like they'll get upset and I'll feel myself getting upset and I have to just tell myself like, it's okay. You can't solve every problem. This is not a problem you can't, like I said, like the video game one, like I have to tell myself like, you cannot fix this problem for them. They're going to be upset. Let them ride through their emotions. You know, you can't do anything about it. So if you struggle with stuff like that too, like I just wanted to like have a moment with you because I know I have a lot of parents on here, and if you struggle with that kind of stuff too, like you are not alone. You are not alone. I am a huge work in progress, and I'm healing. I'm working through it. I have been for years, but you know, this is probably the last few years has been like the biggest like turn for me in like my parenting, and I mean my whole life in general, let's be honest, but really in parenting and stuff. And I'm still a work in progress. I think I'll always be a work in progress. I want to be the best mom I can be. I really just want my kids to be well-rounded adults one day who have feelings, who can, you know, articulate their feelings and understand them and work through them in a healthy manner. You know, I really just want to teach that to my kids. It's so important. Because in turn, they are going to have healthy relationships with everybody in their life, you know, family, friends, you know, intimate relationships. If I can manage to get them into adulthood in that sense, I know that they will be successful in every way. And it's just so important to me. So, but you know what? We all have bad days, and some days I feel like I'm failing. Today was one of those days. I feel like I failed. I feel like I failed at the end of the night, and then I had to drop them off. I'm not going to see them for a day, and that kills me even more because I can't wake up in the morning and like hug them and like talk it over with them and talk about their feelings and stuff. So it kills me that I can't do that, but at the same time, like that's just life. I'm human too. Like my therapist always reminds me of that. Like when I'm really hard on myself about stuff like this, she's like, you're human. Like you're not going to be perfect, and that's okay. You know, you're human. So like I said, I kept my cool. I was patient with them. It's just, I don't feel like I was as emotionally available for them in those moments that I would have liked to have been, and that still eats at me. But I've been talking for entirely way too long. I just really wanted to say that for anybody else who's struggling or who's feeling like they're dropping the ball or they could be a better parent, like, just give yourself some grace. You're doing the best you can with the, you know, with what you're given. And, you know, tomorrow's a new day. Always just talk to your kids. Be open and raw with them and talk about your feelings with them, and, you know, just be honest with them, and it will be okay. I promise. It'll be okay. You're doing great, and we're doing great. So on a side note, really quick, my hair is dark again. I meant to address that in the beginning of the video when you guys saw, but if you watch my cleaning channel, then you already knew that. But yeah, I dyed my hair back dark because you see how short my hair is? I keep having to cut it every couple of months because bleaching it is just killing it. As you get older, I guess your hair gets more brittle, so it can't handle like bleaching as well as like in my 20s. So I keep having to cut my hair, and I really would like my hair to be long again. So I just want it to be healthy. And honestly, it was a lot to maintain, and I don't know, it was just too much. It was getting to be too much. So I figured, you know what? It's fall. It's going to be winter soon. Go back to the dark side. I have washed it twice since I've gotten it done, and you can see like it, because it was so blonde, like it's going to take time for it to like get, you know, back to actually being dark and not just be the toner. But yeah, so we're back to dark. At first I was a little like, the night I came home that I did it, I came home and I was like, oh, what did I do? But now that it's been like a week, 2 weeks, I'm, you know, back to like, yeah, I do love the dark hair. I've always loved having dark hair. I have light eyes. I think it, like, even though I'm kind of pale, I still feel like it complements like my skin pretty well. I grew up in an area where there is a lot of Italian people, and everybody I grew up with, like most people I grew up with, has really dark hair. I live in the South now and everybody's got blonde hair, but you know, where I grew up, dark hair was pretty much what everybody had. So I was always used to it, and then, you know, I started dyeing it blonde and here I am. But I did miss the dark. It looks good. I'm happy with it. So perfect for this time of year too. So anyways, I have been talking for way too long now, so I am going to end this here. Sorry, I have no idea what I even got for this vlog today. I feel like it wasn't as long as I wanted it to be, and probably not gonna be as entertaining. Sorry. I always feel bad when they're kind of like just blah vlogs, like just normal, I guess my normal day in the life. But I hope that you guys had or have a good weekend or good week. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, I hope that you choose to stick around. Make sure your bell notifications are on. Also, I stopped at Lowe's today and I got some stuff for a new project that hopefully I can get done in like a month or less. Fingers crossed. I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna start it tomorrow, and yeah, this is the only weekend where I don't have plans, so I'm gonna start it tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be starting it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for spending your time here, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.